Good morning and welcome to day 6 of our Japan trip. Today we're going to take it a little bit easy, but I do just want to cover some things about the tour that we did yesterday that I think you guys might have questions for. Number one, book it in advance. Much like a lot of the other attractions here in Japan that you want to take part in, you do have to book in advance. There are different time slots. There's one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one close to the evening. The one that we did was the last one, which is from 2 to 5. And it's obviously it's a 3-hour tour, but it's absolutely incredible and well worth it. Price-wise, we are looking at around, it costs us $370 Canadian each to do this tour. Yes, it is a little bit pricey, but man, it's definitely well worth it. Plan accordingly, because depending on where you're staying in Japan, it could be a very far commute to get to there. Like for us, we're coming from the Ryogoku area, which is about a couple hours away, and according to everything that we looked at on Google Maps, the itinerary that we had, just everything, it seemed very complicated, and we were not going to make it in time. In which case, we actually decided to take a taxi, which turned out to be the best option for us, but being how far it was definitely expensive. Full transparency, it did cost us $400, almost $500 to get from where we were. I think we took it from Shinjuku all the way up to Lake Kawaguchiko. Make sure you do have your international driving permit as well as your driver's license, and They do let you record while you're driving around. Like they have mounts that you can borrow to put your phones or GoPros on there. As you probably saw in the background footage, I did have my GoPro attached to the cart there with a mount that I have. And finally, you are driving on the roads of Japan, so just make sure you're not dumb. Follow the rules. Be careful. Some of these cars don't have seatbelts to them. I know the one that I drove did not, but as long as you're being smart, you're being vigilant, then you should be fine. Chris and Steven, the tour guide and the person running the entire tour, will go over all the rules with you, and they're super great guys. I can't get over how fun and funny they were. Really top-notch people. But yes, that is the Fuji Go Q Tours. Once again, I will put the links down below for you to check it out if you are interested. Also, if you did happen to miss that vlog, I will put the links down to those ones down below as well. Today, like I said, we're going to take it easy. We were going to go check out another place near Mount Fuji, which is Chureito Pagoda, I think it's how you pronounce it. But considering how far it was, we decided to just skip it and do something a little more local. So we're going to try and check out Tokyo Dome and the surrounding area, and it should be a good time. So come with us and let's check it out. So there's Tokyo Dome in all its glory. I am going to be a little biased. Sky Dome, Rogers Center is a little bit better. Remember, we got that retractable roof over there, and shout out, go Jays go. But, I mean, that's still not taking away the fact that, let me turn this around, that it is still a very nice stadium. And the thing that's really cool and interesting is that right next to it seems to be an amusement park, and it's got there's a little swinging ride right over here. You got the Ferris wheel and a roller coaster. You got a giant billboard which is making that noise right now. I guess they're just trying to fix it. And you got one of those swinging towers right there. But super, super cool. I wish that we could do a tour on the inside, but I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. But yeah, super, super cool. Let's carry on. So we ended up finding a mall which had a loft in it, and loft had some of their Japan stationery. And if you don't know, stationery in Japan is second to none. Leslie's judging me right now because I ended up pulling the trigger on a pen, which is this pen right here. I don't know if you could see it or not, but it's a 3-in-1 pen, and the way it works, it's really cool. It twists to change the color of it, and it feels really solid and writes really nice. And anyone who works in an office environment really knows that finding a nice writing pen is hard to find, especially a quality one. Like, the build quality on this is really, really good. I ended up spending $30 on this pen, and Leslie thinks I'm crazy, but you know what? When in Japan, why not, right? Again, stationery here is supposed to be second to none, but am I crazy, guys? You let me know down there. But we're going to continue our shopping adventure, and I'm curious to see what you guys think about this question. So we decided to take a bit of a detour from our next destination, and we figured, you know what, there's something interesting here that we wouldn't mind checking out. And it is the Gotokuji Temple, which is surrounded by hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of little Neko statues, like the little cat statues that are beckoning. I've seen pictures online about it. It seems really, really cool. It reminds me of the Sasuke Inari shrine with all the little kitsunes statues over there. But of course, this one would be more cats. So we're just doing our trek along the passageway over here, and it should we should be getting close to it. But it's funny because this area of Gotokuji, everything has these cats on it. Like, you got storefronts with it. There's stickers on hydro poles, little statues everywhere. It's really, really, really cool. So if you do like cats, this may be the adventure for you. Man, that was a lot of cats. Kitty worship. Kitty worship indeed. And you know who loves lots of cats? This one right over here. Kitty worship. So the interesting thing, I saw this online, mind you, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate it is or not. But the story behind the beckoning cat is a quite interesting one, if it happens to be true. Basically, the story goes, there was an emperor of that specific time period that was caught in a thunderstorm. He decided to take refuge underneath a tree. In the distance, he saw a shrine, and in that shrine, he saw a cat, and it looked like it was motioning towards him, you know. So the emperor was curious, and he decided to go to the cat. Upon arriving to the shrine and to the cat, lightning struck the tree that he was actually taking refuge in. So, thus is the story of the beckoning cat. And because of that, he decided to commemorate the beckoning, or the cat itself, and do all these statues, and that's how the story of the cat became. What are you showing? Oh, there you go. Yes, that's the cat right there. In case, I mean, you know, you didn't get enough footage of it already, but yeah, it's a quite the interesting story. I'm hoping the majority of that is true, but either way, it's very interesting. But yes, on to our next stop. Man, Shinjuku is wild. Absolutely different world compared to what we've seen in Japan so far. Everything goes on there, even during the day, you know? Like, it's definitely the red light district of Japan that we've seen. Yeah, in comparison to everywhere else is so peaceful, calm, clean, quiet. Shinjuku is hustle and bustle. Everyone going every direction, no order. But we ended up hitting up a donkey, which is their you know, the department store. Ended up getting some souvenirs over here. And yeah, I think we're just gonna call it here. Nothing else too exciting planned for the rest of the day. I think we might just look for some food or something. But yes, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. That Gotokuji Temple was really neat. Bunch of little cat statues. And a crazy day of shopping and walking around. Anyways, we still got a bit more of this Japan trip. You guys know what to do if you want to watch, want to see some more. Thank you for hanging around, and I'll catch you in the next one.